Ciao a tutti, sono sempre io, il vostro Riccardo. Come vi ho anticipato la scorsa settimana, oggi vi proponiamo la seconda parte della video intervista della personal root che ha come protagonista Anja. Questa seconda parte verte sull'Unione Europea ed in particolar modo sulla posizione tedesca rispetto agli aiuti economici che dovranno essere concessi dall'Unione Europea all'Italia per fronteggiare la pandemia da Covid-19. Vista la delicatezza e l'estrema attualità della questione, vi chiediamo gentilmente di farci sapere la vostra posizione sulla tematica attraverso dei commenti alla video intervista. Vi saluto e vi do appuntamento alla prossima settimana. Buona visione!
We talked before about your healthcare system in Germany and about the fact that you have a good healthcare system that can grant to people a bed in the hospital if they get sick. I mean, you have a really big how you say it? I mean, there are beds for people that are sick. That get sick.
Yeah.
I mean,
Capacity.
Capacity. I was searching for this word. Okay, but I don't really know how the healthcare system in Germany works, and if there are some difference for rich people and poor people. You think that poor people in this emergency have some issue, some worse issue than people that are richer?
There I have to say completely no, because if there's an emergency, no one asks for anything. They just help you. I really have to say that, because there is kind of a slight difference in Germany. I don't know if you know, we have private health insurance. And we have a public health insurance, and you can say, like, when you have a private insurance, you get an appointment at the doctor faster, and stuff like slight differences. But in case of emergency, I can say that everyone is helped equally.
Okay, fine, great. And how is it's a stupid question, but what is the secret? I mean, why you in Germany you think that have a better healthcare system than, for example, in Italy? Why you think that the capacity in the hospital is bigger than other European countries?
I think I'm not sure. I'm not a specialist.
I know.
There is more money in the system, like over the last 10 or 20 years, there has been more money in the system. That means more hospitals and more. I don't know. What is the insurance system in Italy?
Actually, in Italy, we don't have an insurance system for healthcare. In Italy, you can say the healthcare is public. It's almost completely public. So you don't have to have a private insurance for go to the hospital. So if you want,
you can go to the doctor, like.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe if you need a doctor faster, for example, like you say before, you can go on a private doctor and pay directly to doctor. But you don't have an insurance for your healthcare. This is. Almost it's mainly public, almost completely public.
Okay.
And this is the reason why
Like, how is it paid? Where does the money come from for the healthcare system?
It's supposed to come from taxes, but I have to say it, in the last 20 years, 30 years, the money in the healthcare in Italy were just take it away. I don't exactly know how to say it, but they're starting to cut the funds to the public healthcare system, and this is why I asked you this question before because the key is in that if you give money in the healthcare system in these stages of the emergency, you see why you have to spend money on the healthcare. This is why.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So this
Sure.
is
Yeah.
this is probably why we had a crisis, a worse crisis here in Italy, because in the last 30 years, 20 years, the funds on the sanity were really cut out in a way or another.
Yeah.
For all the reason in the world that is not important to analyze right now, but the money were taken out from the national healthcare system. This is what is. But this is, Italy funds fact.
In Germany, there's a certain percentage of your wage which you pay every month only for healthcare.
Only for healthcare.
Yeah, we'll have like different insurances with different percentages, but healthcare is the biggest one. I think it's, let me lie, I think 11% of the wage, which is exactly going there.
Crazy, 11%. I don't think.
I'm not sure yet, but there are different. We have like unemployment insurance, health insurance, for retirement, and there are 5, and they have different percentages, which you can see it on the bill you get from your job, and it's bottom like,
And you get the percentage. Actually, I don't know if something like this exists in Italy, but I can tell you that I haven't seen anything like this.
Yeah. I think
probably
it's a special thing about Germany.
It's okay. I love your organization. What do you think about the management of the outbreak here in Italy? If you have followed the outbreak here in Italy, I don't know. Probably it wasn't about interesting for you, but what do you think about?
Yeah, it's not that it was not interesting for me, but I think at the time, I don't really know why, when it was getting more serious in Italy, it was still the time, as I said, when everybody was still joking here and stuff. Like, the problem is, I don't understand myself actually, when the virus spread in Italy. I don't know what I unconsciously thought, but it was something like, it's in Italy, why should that come here? It's like completely, it's completely silly actually. Yeah, but I think yes, you were the first in Europe who got struck by the virus, and you were like surprised, and I really completely understand that everything was not going like perfectly and stuff. Like, but I think the situation in Italy is still something people are worried about here. For example, my mother always, she has followed the news. Like, there are so many deaths in Italy. There are, even a 23-year-old girl died, and yes, I'm so worried that things will be like in Italy. So it's like the measure of, what I mean.
Understand. Okay, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit. It's
like.
Okay, I understand. And I don't know. Here comes, a more specific question, because like Germany, Italy is in the European Union. What do you think about the European Union? What is going on? I mean, it was. I see you nodding. I'm expecting a strong answer. But what do you think about? Do you think that we can do? We can put much more effort, like European, in this emergency. We can do more. There is, at least for me, there is a lot more that we can do as European Union. What do you think about?
Okay, So first, let me start with the good things.
Take your time. Just
Yeah, because Germany has a really big capacity, and I heard that they had empty intensive care beds, and they were given the beds to some Italians and some French people because so that's a good thing.
yeah,
But
it's
then
good.
when it
Some
comes to money,
some Italians infected, some Italian patients were accepted in Germany, in the German healthcare. It's true. It's true
yeah,
about
I've heard
this.
about it. And then I was like, good job, you did great. But for Germany, solidarity is always fun until it comes to money. And
Okay.
I've got that on the news, like Spain and Italy were asking for these is it the same Corona bonds?
Yeah, exactly. Corona bonds.
It's the same.
COVID bond. Yeah, exactly. Is there are European bonds in the at the end. There are bonds emitted by the European for the specific case of the emergency. Yes, there is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think, and when that came up, it was just like in the news. Yes, and they had a conference about that, and they didn't even talk about it.
They even talked about. Okay.
At the beginning, I think 1 week ago, it was the first time that it was okay. There is the option to do that, and the German politicians didn't even speak about it. And I told you when we were on the Camino that there is a big satirical.
Yes, I remember
in German, and they really did a big clip about that. That they are. Everyone's asking, and Germany's just like no.
Okay, I understand.
So
nobody.
I was like, when it comes to money, it's
okay. It's a little solidarity is a little bit difficult. Okay.
Yeah, but it's easy, when you're always the strongest and when you're always the one on the top. It's easy to say no.
Okay, I understand.
So
Perfectly.
shame on this time. Shame on my country. I had to say that. This is really.
Okay, you are okay because young people are like this. Younger people like solidarity. Let's say
because it's a completely word coincidence.
Yes, coincidence.
That happened in Italy the first.
Actually, if you think about it, there was a reconstruction that we did even in our Facebook page of the infection starting at the very beginning in Germany. Was a German infected that come to Italy and bring the infection here. I don't know if you follow about this, but
I have heard about that. It was Tyrol, I heard about that. Yes. So yeah, it was.
It was all your fault. Just take.
Yeah.
No,
we were lucky not to be the first ones, and now we're like this. But also the situation, as I said, at the Turkish borders, when it comes, they're reacting to it now. They don't even tell about it. They don't talk about it anymore. And what's happening in Hungary?
Yes, with the government taking, I don't know exactly how to say it in English, but the government has essentially taken all the power for himself.
Yeah, that's it. And have you heard anyone from Italy, from Germany, from the European Union? Have you seen anyone on the news who said, "Hello, Hungary, please stop that. What are you doing? We are the European Union. You can't do that."
Okay, this is exactly what is going on. This is important because we cannot simply accept this thing to going on. And this is what the European Union was born for. This is the fundamental principle about the union. And we have to protect the people, but before the people, we have to, being sure that a government is not being keeping the authority to do whatever he wants is part of the European duty.
Yes, Yes, and now it's like everyone is talking about their own situation. There's Italy, there's Spain, there's Germany, and now it's like the reaction of the Hungarians to the crisis. It's like reported, and yes, this happened, but come on, we are Europe. Why is not anyone like taking any measures or doing anything or even just saying anything against it? It's just like, we have bigger problems. We do, but it's still, come on, we are the European Union. What happened to that? So.
Okay, well, I think that we discussed a lot about the European Union. It was really interesting. I don't know. Is there something that really strikes you in this pandemic? I mean, maybe something personal or maybe not, but something that really touch you in a way, in an emotive way, or an issue that strikes you.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that we are all, me and my friends, we are always talking about sometimes like, oh, come on, we can't go to the club. I want to go to the club. I want to go out, and we can't, and stuff. And people are like, oh, come on, I'm so annoyed by the situation. But then I watch the news, and I hear about the situation in other countries, in non-democratic countries, and I think it's even worse. You know, I have my everyday life now. The weather is amazing. I don't have to go to university. I can drink with my friends every day if I want. I can do. I can go out, have a walk. But there are people at the other end of the world. One example, in Peru, I think there were some Germans in a place, and they aren't allowed to go out on the streets, and if they do, they will be shot.
I understand, crazy.
Yes. Or, for example, as I said, the situation at the borders in Turkey, they don't report about that anymore. But the situation was already really bad when all this began. And now the virus is also going there, and all the panic and stuff. So yeah, that's what strikes me the most. I think that there are really, also in Germany, as I said, I'm young and free and independent. But there are people, for example, like living really poor, in really small flats, where if they don't have so much money and they are living with 6 persons in 2 or 3 rooms, and now everybody wants them not to go out anymore, or domestic violence stuff. As a social worker, I'm also reading about this, or drug addicts who are now locked in their homes, homeless people, and there are so many people who are really strike more about the situation as I am.
There is something you want to say to the Italy and to the people locked up in their houses, or there is a question you want to ask to us, and I don't know, something.
I already asked myself the question if there is something I want to ask you, but it's like yeah, I don't really get the question, but I think for myself here, I can still go out, and I know that I'm lucky. But for example, I try to stay positive. I try to focus on the things that I have more time for myself now. I have, for example, my dad is also like really hyped about that. Wow, I can do all the things I don't have time to, putting all the things out and doing renovation, and that's what I think I wanted to say. For example, me, I said to myself that I don't want to watch the news more than once a day.
Okay, this is a good advice.
I think
doing the same.
Once a day, and you get all the information, it's enough, all the important things, and the other, the more you get, the more you are panicking. So stay positive. That's what I want to say.
Okay. I was wondering you haven't just punched your glasses. So, is there something else we want to ask? We want to discuss about, or we can just do the handing cheers?
the toast. But my glass is empty. I need
Okay,
to
just
open
open the
water.
second one.
Yeah.
You are the okay.
It's just
Great.
beer, you know. For us it's like water.
You do you have water in Germany?
No, we don't drink water. We don't do
You
that.
don't drink water. No. Okay, fine.
What do you mean?
No, at least I don't know because
Yeah.
you always
Yeah,
you have
sometimes
water. Okay.
for washing. My father always says water is for washing the feet.
Fine. Okay, fine. You can
Wait.
drink beer or Radler. Radler is the same as water in Germany, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
fine.
possible water, we always say.
The thing as close to water you have.
Yeah. The closest to water. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So, thank you, Anja, so much for being with us.
Thank
And
Thank you, me. All the time.
let's drink together to better times to come, and for you to come to our place, Mont San Pietro Morico, and you are going to come, right?
When I'm allowed again, I will come.
Fine,
I
great.
promise. I promised you so many times.
Thank you, and goodbye, and good luck.